Hi there, I'm Etty from Lincolnwood Public Library, here to do another haul video. I'm going to share some books that I got at the American Library Association conference, and specifically I'm going to share graphic novels because it is Graphic Novels in Libraries Month, but of course graphic novels are for every day. So I'm going to share a bunch of them. Some of these books haven't even been published yet. So this is Red Panda and Moon Bear. This actually was published yesterday. This is for your Dogman, your Hilo, your Amulet fans who are really going to love this book. It's about the adventures of these two siblings, Red Panda and Moon Bear, who go on all sorts of adventures. They find these dogs who maybe aren't dogs. There are mysteries they have to solve. Each chapter kind of stands on its own, but they all lead up to an amazing adventure. It's really funny, it's really thought-provoking, it's really authentic. It's just wonderful. I highly recommend Red Panda and Moon Bear. The next couple of books I want to share with you are some little samplers of books that are coming out. And these two books we're going to be reading for Books and Bites in the fall. So make sure you check out Best Friends and The Crossover. I'm really excited to discuss them with you all. Next book I received was Mighty Jack and Zeta the Space Girl. This is the crossover you've been waiting for because you knew eventually their worlds would collide. So if you like action adventures and mystery and science fiction and adventurous, daring kids, this is the book for you. Again, it doesn't come out till September, but you can come to the library and check out this galley. The next book is called Unplugged and Unpopular. This is a really interesting book about a girl who is a little too connected with her device, and her parents take it away from her, and then they realize that people are being controlled by aliens through their devices. So she has to save her whole town from aliens. It's really fun, silly, but also thought-provoking. I am super excited for this series. This is a spin-off of the Babysitter's Club graphic novels that we can't keep on the shelves. And this is the babysitter's little sister, Karen's Witch, which is the first book. And so it's all about Karen Brewer and her experiences with a neighbor who maybe isn't who she thinks she is. And this doesn't come out until December, but you can look at our galley at the library. I want to switch gears to some books that are maybe for a little bit older kids. This is The Ghost Collector. Annick Press did a really good job of putting together a really exciting little giveaway. This is by Allison Mills, and I'm really excited to read. This is in the same publisher as #NotYourPrincess, so I'm really excited to see what they do with this book. The next thing I want to share is Chickasaw Adventures. These are single issue comics that you can read in the library. They're very similar to A Girl Called Echo, a really powerful own voices story about a kid learning more about his Chickasaw heritage, kind of going back in time and then returning to present day. So really eye-opening and really fun to read and really informative. So definitely recommend that. Next book that I received was Activist. This is a graphic novel by Lauren Hogg. He's one of the activists from Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. And so this is her own story and her own experience told in graphic novel format. So definitely check that out. Next thing I want to share, this is from Oni Press, and this is called The Black Mage. This is a book that really deconstructs sort of white supremacy within the wizarding world. So definitely it is challenging tropes within things in Harry Potter, other fantasies. This is about a kid who, it's like they're integrating this magic school for the first time. And it is super smart and sarcastic and thought-provoking, but also adventurous and just a really great conversation starter. So definitely recommend that. Another thing I received at ALA was a sampler from George Takei's graphic memoir, They Called Us Enemy, which is the story of his family being put in internment camps during World War II. And so it is one of the most powerful books I've ever read. They gave out samplers, but we have the finished book at the library that you can check out. I think it's a book that everybody should read. And it's a really, really amazing, thought-provoking, challenging story. But hearing about his story kind of told from the point of view of a 5-year-old helps us sort of understand more about that experience and provokes us to action. So those are just some of the comics I received. Check out our catalog to put some of these on hold, but also just come by the library and you can read them in the library, the ones that aren't published yet. But wait, there's more. I'm super excited that we actually have a copy of Raina Telgemeier's new graphic memoir, which is Guts, here at the library. Somehow there'll be a picture over here. So if you come into the library and ask us to read it here, we will share it with you. It comes out in the fall. I'm sure we're going to have great conversations about it, but you can read it before it is published and just let us know what you think of it. So I'm really excited to discuss Guts with you.
Hi, my name is Kevin. I'm from the Lincolnwood Public Library, and I am here to excitedly talk about a couple books that have to do with programs coming up. So the first one that I want to talk about is actually an audiobook. It is the Harry Potter audiobook, and we are going to be celebrating Harry Potter this coming Monday, July 29th. It'll be really fun. I hope to see a lot of people there. And I'm sure everyone is probably thinking, I've already read Harry Potter, you've already seen the movies, which is great. But if you have not listened to the audiobook, I highly recommend it. This is my personal favorite. It is The Half-Blood Prince, performed by Jim Dale. He does all of the voices and the characters, and it is an incredible performance. I think he was nominated for like 3 Grammys for his work on Harry Potter. It is really Harry Potter like you've never heard it before. And even if you've already read it 10 times, I would definitely recommend listening to this audiobook version of it. And then the other program that we have coming up in the middle of August is actually celebrating Dogman, which is an absolute classic. And I just recently read this and fell in love with it. It was an incredibly creative book like I've never really seen before. It is very relatable to kids. The language he uses is both very funny but very simple. And the relationships are really great and a lot deeper than I think some people realize. I especially love the relationship that Dogman has with the Chief, because although they both kind of strive for the same goal, they just keep on getting into each other's way, and Dogman just tries his best, but he can't help but annoy the Chief, and yes, even poop in his office a couple times, but still they get the job done, and it is just so much fun to read. I was laughing out loud even now just reading it recently, and if you have not read it, I highly recommend it, and I very highly recommend you come to the program. And if you come, you might even win this awesome Dogman plushie. I'm sure all the staff want to take him home, but you might be the one to win. So I hope to see you there.